begin.
Hi, Prem.
Hi, Priti.
Hi, Prem.
Yep. Let's just wait for Ria and one other guy.
Okay.
Okay, so one other candidate will come. So we can start now, I think. So let me first of all share my screen. So today, we are going to cover the topics on XM Cloud. Okay, so we'll see the brief introduction of XM Cloud and because XM Cloud is the part of, the headless service. I mean, already the few things we have done. But today, what we are going to do is what are the things we have in a complete XM Cloud. So those things we are going to see. Okay, so let me share my screen. Give me a second. So I have shared my screen. So let me know if you guys are not able to see.
It is visible.
Okay. So we'll start on the XM Cloud. Where is the Sitecore XM Cloud is? So in the earlier session, we have covered most of the some part of the the XM Cloud. but there are other part of the XM Cloud as well. We all only covered the where we can create a component using the front end application, or maybe a front end framework like Next.js, or maybe from the with the other technology. But there is other part of the XM Cloud as well. I mean, where we have, XM Cloud provides some tool where tool like a like the SXA, where we can just drag and drop and create the page. We can create the component. We can create our own styling. We don't have to, in SXA generally what happens. We have to create the styling in terms of themes. We install the themes, but now in XM Cloud we can write our own styling, or maybe we can use the reset of its XM Cloud styling there. Okay, so there are many tools. Not many, we can say like we have 2 3 tools there in XM Cloud. When we will able to create the page, we will able to create a component, like we were creating a component using the any front end framework. Okay, so it's not just always like we have to in our next we have to create the component in Next.js framework. We can create the component inside the XM Cloud portal. Okay, so today we are going to focus on the XM Cloud and XM Cloud portal. Okay, so first of all, let's just understand. I'll tell you like what are the tools we use in a XM Cloud portal or XM Cloud. Okay, so in XM Cloud is a XM Cloud is a SaaS based platform. Okay, so we don't have to install anything in our site. When we have a something to customize, something to build, so at that time we can just create a front end application like a Next.js application. We can locally set up the Next.js application, and after that we have to publish or maybe deploy that to the XM Cloud portal. Okay, otherwise we have every possible things in the XM Cloud. We can to create the content, maybe to create the component, to create the page. Okay, so let's just understand what the XM Cloud is. So XM Cloud is a SaaS based platform, is a fully manageable self-service deployment platform. Okay, so self-service deployment platform, like it give us we can create directly, we can create the website there, or the site there, or application. And there we have also a platform where Sitecore XM Cloud, it also help us to deploy. We don't have to set up a deployment for the other the platform to deploy the things. So that's why it's saying like a self service deployment platform. Okay, efficiently we launch and engaging the omnichannel experience in the XM Cloud using the Sitecore headless CMS. Okay, we have many features, so we can create, update, and share the content. Okay, so by separating from the design, front end designer, creative designer, content authors, and developers can work in parallel, and you can deploy, maintain multiple sites quickly and cost effectively way. So there is, I mean, cause Sitecore XM Cloud is a headless CMS. So Sitecore Cloud, we can say like a Sitecore Cloud portal is a separate. If someone like a front-end developer or maybe a developer have to work, so developer can just configure a Next.js project in a separate system in its local system, and can work creating components, creating components in the Next.js. Similarly, if someone is a the creative designer or designer, so it can directly design maybe a component, or the page, or or um, or the content author can directly create a content from a content in the Sitecore. Okay, so um, every set of every set of agents, you can say every sort of resource can work parallelly because we have uh, those kind of functionality in XM Cloud. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see what are the things we have. So this is that I have taken an old picture. So you can see we have a SXC, we have JSS, we have container, we have headless, age, we have Sitecore serialization. There are we have lot other things as well. Okay, suppose we have like we have experience age, we have personalization, we have CDP platform, we have other things as well. In a XM Cloud, we have a lot of things. And we can integrate many things in a XM Cloud. So XM Cloud is a platform where we can integrate any Sitecore, it's other composable platform. So Sitecore says XM Cloud like a composable DXP. So we can compose, we can integrate Sitecore it's multiple form of digital experience like maybe CDP, maybe it's commerce platform, maybe it's Sitecore search, maybe it's content hub in a XM Cloud. So that kind of functionality the XM Cloud provides us. By default, in XM Cloud, we have a JSS, we have SXA, we have headless service, we have Edge, we have Sitecore CLI, we have personalization, we have a basic personalization. It's a Sitecore XM, but still we have a basic personalization. We can, we can personalize our pages. Okay. Next see like how Sitecore Cloud Portal looks like. So thing is that I don't have a my company don't have a the XM Cloud access. I had my company has a XM Cloud access, but for 2 months back, my access was revoked, so I don't have. So I just showing you the pic, the screenshot like how it looks like. Okay. So it looks like this. So whenever like you have a organization access. Organization access means, in a in terms of XM Cloud, you must be a valid organization. Okay, because XM Cloud Portal is not a license based, it's a subscription based. Because it's a website, it's a portal, and it's a subscription based. So if you are a organization or maybe a company or maybe any brand who are building his maybe tend or maybe interested to build its platform, or maybe if you are a technology partner, you can have a organization access. So when you have a organization access in the Sitecore XM Cloud Portal, you can create the website, you can create the projects in it. Okay, so if your company has a XM Cloud Portal access, you can practice on it. Okay, my company worked with the 3 XM Cloud projects. Okay, so we have I have blogged some of the things, so I'll share you some of the articles like how you can create the front end application, for how you can set up a front end application, local front end application for your project, how you can deploy your front end application to the Warsail, what the steps you can deploy to deploy your application to the Warsail, and what are the process. Okay, so those things I have already blogged, so I'll share you those articles. Okay, so next let's see what is the why XM Cloud is and why it's trend in the Sitecore world, you can say, in a Sitecore. Now Sitecore, if you are now the Sitecore has brought a the XM Cloud Plus or XM Cloud Premium Plus kind of things where it combines a few mostly used, its module in a XM Cloud portal that it names like a XM Cloud Plus. Okay. Similarly, I mean, in a default XM Cloud, I mean, why XM Cloud is? So we'll see. So I mean, XM Cloud is, it combines monolithic CMS and modern headless CMS. Okay. So monolithic CMS you can understand, just like a if we have a the CMS platform where we do everything in a same platform. We don't have a separate, maybe a content displaying platform, or maybe content where we show our content in a different platform. So we don't have that kind of things. Then everything we do, maybe creating the content, publishing the content, okay, showing the content or pages, uh, everything, if it is in a one place, that is a monolithic CMS. And modern headless CMS is, you can understand, something like a decoupled structure where, we create the content and publish the content in a one environment. In terms of Sitecore, it will be a Sitecore CMS as a backend, and where we used to show the content. So showing content in a some kind of front end technology, okay, or maybe a front end framework. So that is a separate environment. So now we have a decoupled structure. So where, I mean, we create content and manage content in a backend framework, and showing those content or presentation in a separate front end framework. Okay, that is a decoupled structure or a headless structure. So why the headless? Headless means, I mean, from the backend, we are exposing backend exposing some kind of, JSON or maybe some kind of service. So those are captured by our front end application. So that is the, headless means is. So maybe in terms of headless, we are receiving the into the front end application using some kind of API, maybe some kind of GraphQL query, or maybe using some kind of service API. So in a Sitecore CMS, we have mostly in terms of consuming the data to the front end application, we use layout service, we use GraphQL queries service. Okay, so these two things you have to understand, using the layout service and using the GraphQL service. Okay. So this is how, I mean, it makes. So I mean, when we combine both monolithic and headless CMS, so that makes a cloud, XM cloud. Okay. So you can see I have also right here, like, I mean, it combines the monolithic CMS and headless CMS. So it builds a new web experience for the headless architecture using the modern front-end framework for faster time to market. Okay, so but still giving the marketer and marketers freedom to design the front end experience utilizing the page layout service functionality. So I mean, the marketers or maybe the page designer can also design the page inside the XM cloud without any coding. Okay, so that kind of functionality we have in a XM cloud. You can say like a visual headless CMS. I mean, the now headless CMS, the XM Cloud give us the few tool like a, we have a page editor, we have a builder component, we have a page designer, we have a, XM Cloud Explorer. From there, we can create pages, we can create component, we can assign styles on it, we can create own style there, or maybe we can create a component, and in a component we can consume that we can consume the API from external sources without any coding. We have to just configure there. So that kind of functionality we get in XM Cloud Portal. So we'll see that. I mean, so it's again like why we use. I mean, it's like enterprise grade cloud. It is speed to market. I mean, we can make a faster time, because when we are developing the website or maybe application, sometimes it's development time is also we consider, and deployment time. So somewhere XM Cloud, I mean, make us easy for that development and deployment. Okay. So I mean, before going to the XM Cloud, deep dive into the XM Cloud, I mean, few things we have to understand. Okay, few things we have to understand, like what are the things we supposed to I mean, we are going to listen in terms of XM Cloud. Okay, so we have a few terms here. Okay, few terms, or we can say like a concepts or terminology. We have few terminology we have to remember while working on the XM Cloud. Okay, so what we have like a content management system. So I mean, you guys are maybe familiar with the content management system where we create, edit, manage, and publish the content. So that is the content management system. So XM Cloud provides the content management system. Next, we have a deploy app. So in XM Cloud, it provide interface where we can manage the environments, and it also help us to deploy our XM Cloud projects. So it give us also a platform where we can where we can manage the environments. Environment means we can just for a user interface, we can create the development environment, we can create production environment, we can create testing environment, kind of environment we can just provide, we can just create. And also it help us to deploy those environments or the projects. Okay, next we have next we have the terminology like environments. So environments, as I said, environments contains few things. I mean, when we are creating maybe a development environment will contain some of the configuration. It will contain some of the codes or maybe some configs. Okay, like an environment variable, rendering host, tenant, maybe it's environment IDs, that kind of things. Okay, so that is the environment is. Next, we have a experience age. So you must be familiar with the experience age. So now in terms of XM Cloud, experience is the, you can say like a content delivery platform. Okay, so experience is for the XM Cloud is a content delivery platform. For normally the web database is a content delivery, but for the XM Cloud, experience is the content delivery. Okay, so what the experience, I mean, whatever we develop or maybe we create into the master database or into the Sitecore, those we publish to the experience age. Okay, so this is the experience age, is the GraphQL API based service endpoints. So I mean, experience from the experience age, we consume the data using the GraphQL API based service endpoints. Okay, so what kind of data there we store the layout, content, and any kind of Sitecore data can be stored in the experiences as a content delivery. Okay, from there, I mean, we are going to get the data. So in terms of XM Cloud, we get the data from experiences. Okay, how? Using the GraphQL based API service. Okay, so that's the experiences. Next, organization. So organization, I said, like, I mean, when you are working in a XM Cloud portal, so you must have a organization access. Okay, you must have organization access or a subscription from where you start, operating in the XM Cloud. So if you are, you have organizational access, so you can create projects, you can create, company brands or maybe any project website there. Okay, so organization, you can understand, you must have a access right to work inside the XM Cloud portal. Project, I mean, XM Cloud project, you can just understand like if I say like the definition, like a project is a logical group of XM Cloud environments. Okay, I mean, project, we can create like a project where it can contains the website, maybe a multiple websites like that. Okay. Next, rendering host. Okay. Next, what's the rendering host? So you have to understand the term like a rendering host. So rendering host is a term as a front-end application is termed as a rendering host. Means any front-end application we build like Next.js for the XM Cloud or for the Sitecore CMS. What we do in a JSS or XM Cloud, we build the front-end application using the Next.js. So Next.js will be a rendering host. You can understand. It is used to display the website to your audience. So I mean, any platform or a front-end application platform, I mean, which display your website to the audience, that is termed as the rendering host. Okay. Next, what is the editing host? So editing host is essentially a set of configuration telling the Sitecore XM which application code setting to use the display pages of your site in an advanced content and layouts editor such as Experience Editor. So editing host, you can understand this way. You can understand like it's kind of bridge or maybe it's kind of layer that connect our rendering host front-end application to the Sitecore XM cloud to show the that page or the content in experience editor. Okay, so that is the experience that is the editing host is. Okay, so that is the editing host. You understood, right? I mean, this is the most the term you will use. You will need a editing token, editing ID kind of things. You when you configure or maybe you create a XM Cloud project, or in a front-end application as well, you have to define the editing secret or editing host. Okay. Site is just simply, in site, you have to understand the headless site we create inside the site core. Okay, so anything we create inside the XM Cloud will be a headless site. Okay, you have to understand this way. Site collection, I mean, if maybe if we are creating a site and the site parent will be termed as a tenant, so that you can call like a site collection. Okay, where we have a group of sites, so that will be a site collection. Okay, so what is XM Cloud Portal? So XM Cloud Portal is where the XM Cloud starts. Okay, XM Cloud Portal is a website or is a SaaS-based product for XM Cloud. There is a XM Cloud Portal. You can understand. So it's a platform where where I mean these all things come. So that is the XM Cloud Portal. Okay. So what is from where we access? I mean, if your company has access, you can just access it from here. 1 second. So this is like portal.sitecorecloud.io. So this is the XM Cloud portal where I mean we create where we create the the one project site. Okay, so it gives us the similar platform like we have in a Sitecore XP or Sitecore XM in our local system. But but I mean internally, if you see, it has a experience editor is a content editor. So some of the things they are, I mean, as per the Sitecore XM and Sitecore XP, but there are a lot more things than the Sitecore XP and XM. Okay, so we'll see those. So I mean, how we create the website inside the XM Cloud portal. So we have to, first of all, we have to, if we have a XM Cloud portal access or organization access. So there we get a we get an option like a create website or a create project. So when we click on it, so it gives us an option like, do you want to create a empty website or a basic website? Okay, we can create that. If we come with the empty, so it will create an empty website. If we want to create with the basics, so it will make a a pre-built pages and some of the components it will appear. Okay, we can, I mean, if we have already created a website, we can duplicate the website and start work. We can publish the website. So where it going to be published? It's going to be published to the experience age, not to the web database. So it's going to be published to the experience age. Okay, create site identifiers. So when we are creating a website inside the XM Cloud portal, there we create some kind of settings for the sites. Those actually we need for the development of this for the website, or maybe is useful for the analytics, or maybe for the personalization. Okay, so we have other settings as well. I mean, in the XM Cloud portal when we create the website. So how, I mean, it looks like, I mean, how it looks like when we open the XM Cloud portal and the sites, there is a site, there is a tool. So in a tool, it lists us the all tools. I mean, we can the available tools in a XM Cloud portal from where we can create pages, components, add styling on the component and those. In the settings, I mean, we can create the maybe some IDs for the website, application name for the website. We can create the token for the website. We can create editing secret, editing token, that kind of things of the website. Okay, I mean, these things we need when we are going to deploy the front-end application to this some other location, maybe into the maybe war shell. Okay. I mean, we don't have to create, I mean, if I say you don't have to create the, you know, any front-end application in a Next.js, you don't need. When you need, create a custom components, custom things, then you need. Otherwise, you're okay with the XM Cloud. You can just go to the XM Cloud. You can create page or all things there without any coding like that. Okay, so next we'll see how we can design the web pages there. I mean, without any your Next.js project, without any local development, without any coding. So XM Cloud, in we have a we have a tool in the XM Cloud that we call like a page. So page is a tool. I mean, it gives us a it gives us a functionality. We can create the pages, we can create the web pages, we can create the design. Okay, and we can publish it. So basically, I mean, it gives a page editor or the pages or like a component builder, or we can uh, I mean, without any code, we can create the pages, components, all those things. Okay, so let's see how it looks like. Okay, so in the Sitecore, in the XM Cloud, I mean, this is how, I mean, it's, page editor or pages look like. Okay, so I mean, we can create the page here. We can directly, it's a create page. We can directly right click and create a number of pages here. In a component, I mean, you can assign the component, whatever. If you have created any custom component, maybe using the SXA or JSS component, or maybe you have designed the component in a somewhere in a front-end Next.js. From there also, I mean, you can assign those in a component. But in terms of creating a page, you can create like this. You can just create a page, and it will appear like this. Okay, you can see in the various that you can see in a mobile, you can see in a tablet, you can see in a desktop. So whatever you design, you can still uh, you can manage to see, I mean, how my page or my website is going to look like. So it's very intuitive platform in terms of creating the pages. Okay. So I mean, and we have a directly and a publish option there. We can directly publish it. So it's the publish will go to the uh, experience edge. Okay. Next, we'll see uh, how we individually create our pages. In the pages, how we create individually pages. So when you create the pages, what kind of option you get? Okay, so I mean, in a pages like create sub pages, create folder, create duplicate. Maybe you can create a duplicate of the existing pages. Maybe you can create a new page. Okay, so this kind of and it also give us the template based on, I mean, when you create a page, it gives you what kind of the page template you want to choose. Already pre-built template you will get. Okay, and we can create this kind of pre-built template by designing inside the exemplar portal. Okay, so I mean there we have, I mean, this kind of functionality. Next, I mean, we have a component where we can create the component. Okay, I mean, what kind of component we can add? We can add a Sitecore components. We can add a SXA components. So in terms of Sitecore components, we can add static or dynamic components from any external sources. I mean, any component we create here. So you can see if you have ever see the the SXA platform. So there it gives us in a headless SXA as well. It gives us the some option. I mean the already some rendering component from where we drag and drop and place into the header or main or footer platform. That kind of functionality it also gives us in a component. So it's a component, a separate tool. Component is a separate tool. Okay, what you have now maybe seeing in your Sitecore XP or maybe in your XM. So component builder is this component is a separate. I mean what we do is maybe if you are using a image platform, so this image can be image data may be coming from other APIs, other sort of APIs, maybe some third-party APIs, maybe external APIs. So that API data we can configure here. So we have to just pass the API endpoint and it will able to fetch the data into the component. Okay, so there is a process to configure we have to just and we have to add the external API. So it will automatically fetch the data. Maybe static data we can just we can add the component and we can add any of the content there. For the dynamic data, we can just add any of the component and we can pass any external source from where, I mean, data can come. Maybe in terms of we can use the Sitecore content hub or maybe any third party API we can use to paste the data into the component without any coding. Okay. Next thing, the template. So templating thing in terms of headless is a bit different than the normally we create the template. So this we can understand like a SXA way. Okay, in SXA, uh, we have a we have a page design, we have a partial design, okay, and a template. Okay, normally if you understand how the page works, so in a page the page has a some kind of the presentation detail. It has a standard values where, I mean, we add the default values, or in a standard values what we used to do, we used to add some of the rendering component from where it shows the data. Okay, so that is the normal traditional way of doing. But in a SXA or maybe in a headless way, what we do, we configure we make the partial design, we make the page design and the template. Okay, so using a template, the page design ensure all the pages share the same header, footer, and section without having to do it manually. Okay, so what we do is, so partial design is, you may be understanding where is the partial design or the page design. So let me first tell you, partial design is, you can say like any component like a header is header is as a one component. So partial design, any design that can be, same across the any component, any pages. So that can be a partial design. Okay, like a header is a partial design. So because header will be the same across every pages. Footer is a partial design, or maybe in some component in the main will be a partial design. Okay, so in any simple component that can be a same across the everything, that can be a partial design. Okay, page design, what is the page design is? Page design is, you can understand the complete structure of a page. So if I say in terms of normal, you can understand like the layout. In terms of normal page design in a Sitecore, layout plays a very important role. So layout, what it does here, layout plays overall structure of the page. Similarly, in a headless or maybe SXA, partial design partial design play a same role. Okay, so it defines the page structure. Okay, so you can create the page design by combining the partial design. So in the page design, we inherit these all partial design to the page design. Okay, for example, header, footer, and top, bottom, and more partial design in between. So page design does not need partial design in every section. Okay, so page design is, which define the whole page structure. So that is the page design. Partial design, any simple component can be a partial design. Okay, partial design which makes the page design, like that you can understand. Okay, next, template, you can understand. Template is a collection of fields describing the content to be included in the page, and you can assign a page design to the template to give it a layout and some initial content. So in terms of template, in terms of headless service, page design makes a a template to create a a page, or maybe to assign the page when we are creating a page. So template is some kinds of pre-built structure of a complete whole a page. So that is a template is, you have to understand. So you can see, in a template with layout, what is that is, we'll have a page design, we have a partial design. Partial design, you can say like a components. Okay, so that will make a complete template. Next, we have a builder component. Okay, so up to now we see the the tools. Now the next tool we have the builder component. Sorry, component builder. So using the component builder, we build the components, individual components. So what is the XM Cloud is a XM Cloud component is a front-end as a service application. So is a separate tool. You can create the brand style and build visual component in the editor. We can create the component, we can style it, we can create a visual component, we can it's just a drag and drop. From scratch to the advanced, we can create that kind of component in a component builder. Okay, so let me show you like how the component builder looks like. Okay, so you can drag and drop, you can make any grid of components. Okay, suppose you have to create one component, you can just drag and drop the tools, drag and drops the the any sort of the container, or maybe the grid, the element. Okay, so you can see how these are. So you can see there is a section, there is a grid, there is a container, there is an element, there is a content toolbox, context toolbox, there is a breakpoint size. Okay, and these are the sections. Okay, so you can create, it means you can create section, you can create grid, you can create container, you can create element. Elements means any kind of HTML tags or maybe any sort of that kind of you can create. You can create a button, you can create anything. So builder component has a every sort of tools there. You can create to build a component or maybe to make a page. Okay, so in the breaking point size, you can say if you want you are building a the you can divide that in a maybe extra large with according to the maybe the device. You can make it like that, maybe large, medium, small, extra small. There in the right side you see a section. When you create any section, you can give its alignment, you can give its its styling, you can create or maybe define its custom styling also. Okay, you can give its uh, maybe if there is like a kind of background visibility or data scope. Data scope, if you create any component and you want to fetch the data from any data source from the inside the Sitecore, you can do, or maybe data source or data you can assign from the external APIs as well, or maybe external composable modules of the Sitecore. Okay, so that the data scope means. Okay, I mean you see you can style assign, you can layout and alignment, all those things are available here. So I mean in most of them you don't need to code in a Next.js. You have to just familiar with this builder tool. You have to just drag and drop and build like that. Next we have XM Cloud Explorer. Next tool we have XM Cloud Explorer to manage the content. Okay, so what we do in a XM Cloud Explorer, it gives us identity tool. We work with the content independent of the presentation. Okay, so I mean it gives us a separate tool. I mean inside the XM Cloud, I mean it gives us a platform from where I mean uh, we can work on the content. Okay, what kind of we can easily find the content you want to work with or to edit the fields and this item in the editor view. So it gives us a like a editor view. So in Explorer um, we can access all the websites of the environment. Okay, and we can edit all the fields, the content, or we can create its its content version as well. Okay, so let's see how the Explorer will look like. So this is how I mean the Explorer will look like, XM Cloud Explorer. Suppose we have this website like a pay travel. In it, what are the the content we have, what are the pages we have. We can just go to the pages. We can create its the page version or maybe a content version. We can just edit and update like that. We have option to create the content for the exist for that the website as well. Okay, so I mean we have a I mean this is what I mean XM Cloud Explorer 2. This is a separate tools. Okay, next next we'll see we have a personalization feature in XM Cloud. So as it in the initially what I said, I mean XM Cloud comes with a basic personalization. Okay, so we can apply the basic personalization. I mean though it has a I mean we have a CDP, we have a personalization as a separate and composable platform. But in a XM Cloud, we have a already we have a basic personalization. We can apply we can use its basic personalization. Okay. So, and you must be familiar with the personalization, right? I mean, what the personalization means is, so personalization you can understand this way. If some website or application, when you visit, it feels like a something personal. It's like a application is giving you a personal experience. Okay, so how an application and maybe a website, function like a personalized. So I mean, maybe you visit the page, it looks different for you. Maybe the page or application seems welcoming to you. Maybe it's saying something, saying some data about you, like maybe it's wishing you for your birthday, if wishing you for some day, like I have a good day, like that. Or maybe as per the when you visit, it shows, yeah, I mean, you belong to this country. If that kind of, specific things are captured or maybe is being showed on the application, that you can understand, yeah, yeah, I mean, application has already have a personalization implemented. Okay, so what the precision can be following set the visitor, the current behavior. So I mean, we can set up visit, we can set a personalization on the visit on the behavior of the visitors into the website. Or maybe we can, I mean, like in a normal in a personalization, what we do is when someone visits more than 10 times, maybe second time, so we give that kind of experience in the website or maybe in the application, so it seems personal. Okay, when you visit in the website and I mean, in based on the maybe some situation or based on the some day, it changes the maybe the banner, it changes the some of the component. So I mean, this is what personalization we configure. Okay, and the second thing, the most important things you have to know, let me tell the other things, like the information about the session such as visitor geolocation. I mean, we have a functionality, we can, geolocation based personalization we can apply. Information carried out from the external sources that will visitor to the website, such as social media campaign. So I mean, when you visit from any social media platform to this, so that kind of, experience you get or maybe we provide in terms of building. Okay, and a specific time period, for the specific time period we configure the personalization. Okay, let's see the next. I mean, personalization in XM Cloud page is done at the page level. So in the personalization in the XM Cloud is done only a page level. Normally in a, Sitecore, in a maybe Sitecore XP, we can do the personalization in a component level. We can do a personalization in component level or rendering level. But in the XM Cloud, we do the personalization on page level. So there is the limitation. But it's not a limitation, you can understand this is the functionality. We can do the personalization on a page level only. And you can create a page variant. You can then customize some of the components in the page variant. So what other things it gives us is, I mean, we can create the, I mean, same page. We can create a page variant. Okay, suppose it's a home page, we can create a similar home page by a one click. Okay, only a one click, so it can create a page variant. So you have to understand, I mean, in the XM Cloud, only a page level personalization is done. It can be done. Okay. So I already explained you, like, I mean, component level or partial design, or maybe uh, that is personalization is not possible. Okay. So how we assign the personalization, how we do the personalization. So this is how, I mean, when we have a tool like a personalize, when we click, it show us the pages on which, I mean, we want to apply the personalization. So now you can see this is the home page. We have created a version one of the home page. So there we can apply the personalization. Maybe where you want to apply the personalization. Okay, based on that in the page or in the components data will change. Okay, maybe we want to change the data on the basis of the user visit. We can configure that. I mean, in a personalization, we generally we have a rules. Okay, we configure the rules like maybe when it will come the month November, then this content will show, or maybe tomorrow we have to configure at the particular time this will show for this country like that. Okay, so that is the personalization is. Okay, next is in XM Cloud portal or XM Cloud, it gives us analytics or analytics dashboard, we can say. Okay, so I mean, whatever is happening inside the pages or maybe the websites, those things or those insights we can see here. Maybe in terms of user visit, how many users visited the application, how many users are still visiting in the application. So that kind of analytics data we can get. Okay, so what it say like the analytics data updates every minute with a new provided both current and the trends in the chosen time of period. Okay, so I mean its updates, the XM Cloud updates its data like the site inside or page insights data every minute. So that's the power XM Cloud is. I mean you can see the data. I mean what's happening, the what kind of visitors are visiting, what is the traffic you have in the website. So that dashboard, analytics dashboard, you get in the XM Cloud. Next thing is, I mean, we have a experience editor and content editor. Similar like your normal XP and XM Cloud, we have a experience editor and content editor. Okay, so in a container, what we do, we create template, we create JSON rendering, we create, we define the we add the rendering into the to the toolbox, custom toolbox. So that kind of functionality we can do. What we did already. I mean, we created the component in Next.js, we added to the JSON rendering. So this is the functionality. Okay, so XM Cloud also gives us the content editor from where I mean we can create our custom things. We can create anything like a normal usual Sitecore CMS. We can create content, we can upload a media library, we can create layout system, we can create the presentation details. I mean the presentation, its styling, its settings. I think we can create APIs here. We can create the rendering host here. Okay, so XM Cloud also gives us the content editor. Next, XM Cloud also gives us the experience editor. So experience editor, I mean, experience editor it is the platform. It's like a page, like a platform where I mean we have a direct, we can directly edit the content and update the content, and we can publish the content. So that's the experience editor is. Okay, so anything we can update, I mean, edit and update. So XM Cloud also provides us the content editor and experience editor. So I mean, it was so I mean we covered all the tools, we covered all the things like an overview of whole XM Cloud portal or XM Cloud. Okay, so I mean I mean now new, right? I mean what the XM Cloud is and what are the tools we have in XM Cloud, right? I mean there we have a beside the experience editor and XM and content editor, we have other tools as well. Okay, we have a analytics dashboard. We have a personalization tool. Okay, we have XM Cloud Explorer. We have a builder component. We have a template creator where we can create template for a page or page design. We have a component creator where we can assign access a component or Sitecore component. We have a page editor where we can uh, edit, create the page. We have pages where we can create the page. We can create sub page, or we can use existing page template. Okay, so we covered all the things here. So um, I think you have understood about the overall overview of the XM Cloud portal or XM Cloud, what the XM Cloud is. Okay, so do you have any question on XM Cloud?
No, Prem. I just wanted to ask one thing, like if we have license for, license for Sitecore, can we access the XM Cloud, or XM Cloud license is different?
Yeah, I mean, see, now there is a two things here. Okay, so whenever we talk like a license, okay, so a license, I mean, you have to understand subscription. Okay, so in terms of license is for the anything, any software or any installable software. Okay, and subscription is for the anything that is maybe subscription based, where we don't where we for the development purpose we don't install it. Okay, so in terms of Sitecore, the XM and XP is a Sitecore CMS tool for which we need the license. Okay, so this is, we can say like these are the standalone CMS tool. Okay, standalone CMS tool. Standalone CMS tool. For this, we need license. Okay, this will license. But when we are going to the SaaS product, okay, anything a SaaS product. So we have multiple SaaS product inside core. If I show you uh, SaaS product. 1 second. Me. Okay. So I have separated in a two terms, like a Sitecore CMS platform and a SaaS enabled composable DXP, SaaS enabled platform. You can say Sitecore CMS platform and SaaS enabled digital experience platform. So whatever comes in a Sitecore platform, like what we have a experience manager and experience platform. So for these, we need license. For SaaS enabled platform, we need subscription. Got it, right? So anything is a SaaS software, any service as a software, or maybe because XM Cloud is a a portal, as a website portal, that is a SaaS portal. You can say service as a software. So that's why that is a subscription based. So so you cannot use the Sitecore XM and XP to access the cloud portal, XM Cloud portal. to access the XM Cloud portal, you must have an organization subscription. So that I was telling you about. So you must have the organization access. Okay, so you must have the
Okay.
you must let me show you that terminology. Uh, you must have that organization access. Organization access. Okay, so I mean when you have a organization access is, you can understand like a subscription. Okay, so if you are organization or maybe a business unit or maybe a company or brand, you get the access by just subscribing the XM Cloud portal. So okay, you must have a subscription or maybe organization access. So that is we call like a subscription. So because it's a SaaS based product, for the SaaS products, we generally have a subscription based pattern. I mean we have to subscribe the SaaS based software, then we can use that software like that. Okay, so in terms of the XM Cloud portal, we need a subscription, separate subscription, or maybe you need a organization access. In terms of if you are serving a technical company, you must maybe have a XM Cloud organization access. So if you have, you can access that. Or maybe in your company, anyone has maybe any project manager or any technical lead, you can ask them to give you the access, so they can give you the access in your organization mail ID. So then after that, when you go to the this, let me share you. When you get the access, though, you have to just what you have to do. You have to just go to the portal and register yourself. If you register, you can able to create the demo or demo application there like that. Okay, got it
Okay,
right?
Prem. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So in the next session, what we are going to do next session, actually, once I asked Kanchan, he said like he has covered most of the sessions, But you can tell me, I mean, if any of the session is not covered, you can just tell me so that we can go through. So in the next session, I mean, we are going to cover the GraphQL APIs. Okay, GraphQL and GraphQL APIs, and maybe next to next session we'll cover uh, the Sitecore CLI. So did Kanchan cover that Sitecore CLI?
Uh, I don't know, Prem. Like, yes, while connecting the application with Sitecore, he was running a command. That is Sitecore CLI, I know, but if it has been covered separately or not, I'm not sure because I haven't attended a few classes,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Okay, I mean we'll go through that once. I mean I mean
Um,
when you are developing the application, you must to slash the content of the Sitecore. You must know the Sitecore serialization. Okay, Sitecore CLI. Now we have a you have to know that. Okay. Next thing. So what I'll do is I'll just say I'll upload this into the LMS. You can just you can just access it, and you can have the overview of whatever like we covered. Okay. And also I'll share the few documents from where you can, in terms of developing or maybe creating a component. Okay, so you can it's similar like the SXA. I mean most of the SXA, if you have ever worked in the SXA, like creating component, or maybe now you are working on a headless site. So there we have a toolbox. You just drag and drop the tools and create component. It's the similar kind of a, the platform there, but a little bit different there. I mean it's not a problem. It's not, but you must know how and what the things are, and it's easy to make. Okay.
uh, I think two more sessions are not covered. One is I don't know the session number, but it is considering campaigns, setting campaigns and goals. I think
Okay.
that part is not covered. And
Okay.
lesson 7 is also not covered, where there is a Sitecore headless with view and angular.
Okay. So, okay, let me note down. Okay. Sitecore. Actually, now Kanchan is not part of our company. So let's see. Sitecore. Sitecore with React and Angular, right? Okay. With just an Angular and Angular. Okay. So in a XM Cloud, I mean, mostly Sitecore recommend us to work on the mostly in a Next.js, but I'll share you the articles about the you can configure in a React and the AngularJS or maybe a Vue. Okay, it's similar like Next.js, but there is a syntax different, and because React.js will be the similar like Next.js, but in terms of Angular and Vue, they are totally different in terms of syntax or in terms of making component. Okay, and architecture way they are a bit different than the Next.js and React.js. Okay, but I mean mostly now in terms of headless. Earlier we used to work on Angular and Vue when we were working in an integrated mode. Okay, I mean where we used to publish the the front end website into the same in the same CM in the same webroot file. Okay, in that term, maybe in that time, I mean, we used to work on the Angular JS and the Vue.js. But now Sitecore only recommend us to work on Next.js. Okay, but I mean maybe most of the organization have still the project on Sitecore with AngularJS and Sitecore with Vue.js as well. But all now they are migrating to the Next.js because I already explained you about the functionality of Next.js. So what the Next.js is, Next.js pre-renders the components or pages. So Next.js has a pre-rendering functionality. Pre-rendering means, I mean, it can render the data in a build time, before a build time or in a build time. So I mean, it doesn't wait for whole, site or the page to load. So it loads the only things that it require. It not loads the complete, with the backend or complete, the JavaScript system. It loads what needs to load. So it's work like a pre-rendering. It's pre-renders everything. Okay. So and because when you create in a Next.js project, if you ever try to create, so it gives us the SSG, right? I mean the static site generation. So mostly we make the project with SSG. And that is why, because every component and everything it loads in an optimized way, or every component is pre-rendered. Okay, so that's the power. I mean that's the the advantages of Next.js. Okay, so mostly I think you must be mostly if you have to maybe you can a little bit practice if you want to I mean good to be good in Next.js, but you have to only know how you create the component, right? I mean how you can create the component. Okay, maybe in next session I'll recover
Uh,
it maybe for the 30
uh,
minutes.
I think even if you are not covering the whole setup for the website, can you just give us quick brief about React.js or Angular so that we can have any idea about their syntaxes? As I am very new, so I don't even know their syntax and anything.
Okay, I mean yeah, I mean I'm good in React.js, but in terms of Angular and Vue, I have worked with the Sitecore in terms of Vue.js, but I will not be able to explain you the whole thing. So I can only explain you with the Sitecore how it will work with the Sitecore. Okay, if you ask me the concept of entire Angular JS and Vue.js, it will be a bit difficult for me. But yeah, I will tell you how the Angular JS or maybe a Vue.js component will work uh, with the Sitecore.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just a quick brief about it is also fine. And can you also include Sitecore goals and campaign? I don't know the lesson number, but I think this is also not covered.
Okay, Sitecore goals and campaigns. Okay, then okay. Sitecore goals and campaigns. Mm, Next section will be, you must know the GraphQL because frequently we are going to use the GraphQL while fetching the data. GraphQL APIs. A little bit I'll cover the mm, CLI, Sitecore CLI. Okay. Okay, so I mean anything you can just drop me, you can just try. Okay, and we are just uploading all the content on the LMS platform. So whatever you get, you can just study and try to learn. Okay, and anything, maybe if you're working in the any maybe in a Next.js project or maybe SXF projects, if you have any kind of issue or maybe you're facing, you can just ask me. Okay,
Okay, Prem. Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay, so thank you very much. Let's meet on Monday.
Yeah. Bye.
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 Bye.